In verse 12, and again, this is John just trying to describe his best friend, who he now sees as a commanding general of a heavenly army. And he says this, he says his eyes were like a flame, which is a picture of judgment. His eyes were like a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns. Your translation may say diadems, it's crowns. Jesus left the earth after having a crown of thorns. He returns with many crowns to never take a beating again. So he comes back with many crowns. He had a name written that no one knew except himself. He was clothed with a white robe dipped in blood. Now, commentators start to say, is it the blood of his crucifixion? Is it the blood of the enemies? Is it the blood of the martyrs? It doesn't matter. It's gangster either way. Right? Like, does that change the fact that he just showed up with a robe dipped in blood? Are you freaked out either way if you're on the wrong side of Jesus at this point? Like, oh, he looks terrible. I wonder whose blood that is. It doesn't matter. It could be his, it could be the martyrs, it could be his enemies, it could be all three. It doesn't matter. What it shows is righteousness that's had to get its hands dirty in the world's mess. That's what it shows. That Jesus is pure and yet never removed from the ugliness of earth. He lived through it firsthand. And so Jesus comes with a pure robe, this white linen showing purity, but it's been dipped in blood. And notice what he's not wearing. Who was the guy in heaven that as Jesus got up on his white horse in his white robe that had been dipped in blood, who's the guy in the back being like, hey, shouldn't he have like a helmet or something? He's got no armor. None. Jesus needs no armor at this point. Some of you, the mantra in your head is the Battle of Armageddon. The Battle of Armageddon. It's not a battle. It's a what? It's a slaughter. It's a slaughter. You don't walk into a slaughter if you're the slaughterhouse attendant and need armor. You know how it's going to go. Jesus shows up after all that's happened, after God's constant attempt to break the hearts of men. He needs no armor at this point, but a symbolic white robe has been dipped in the world's muck on a white horse with the armies of heaven behind him.